Hi, my name is Salome and I am a second year student studying public health at the Toronto Metropolitan University. I am super passionate about accessibility in the health and wellness space, and so my project is called 365 Yours, and it aims to bridge the gap between chronic illness and lifestyle in the diabetic world. So modern medicine is super duper cool, and over here I have this device called Continuous Glucose Monitoring Device, a CGM, and essentially you can continuously track your blood glucose levels through this implant right above. So up above, I have the conventional way of taking your blood sugar. It's uncomfortable, it's by pricking your finger, and so this is completely outdated, and this new technology is so much more readily available and accessible. So my project is to develop a patch like this for CGM devices, and so essentially these adhesive patches reinforce the longevity of your CGM device, and this is so important because these devices are on your skin, and so if you have an active lifestyle, if you have a busy lifestyle, oil, sweat, that can actually cause your device to come off, and that really sucks because you'd have to go back to conventional finger pricking. And so these patches enable somebody to continue their active lifestyle, to continue living the life they love, and that is a huge component of wellness and health to me. So at the beginning of the semester, my project started from scratch. It was merely an idea in my head, a passion, let's call it. And so I had no experience. I was dreaming up this project, and presently I'm in the planning stage, so I've gone from 1 to 2, and I've begun testing out samples with participants and getting feedback from end users. This has been such an enlightening experience, and finally a way for me to connect to others about something that I love. So this journey so far has been such a roller coaster. This course was self-directive, and that is actually honestly the beauty of it, but something that you need to learn how to digest, plan accordingly, and learn as you go. And so this picture depicts it so well. Your plan can be, a very linear path, but in reality, these projects teach you that you need to adapt, you need to evolve, be open to change, you need to try new things, you need to struggle in order to grow and really make your project happen. It is a path of grit, and it is something that I really appreciate that I've experienced. So I have received such an immense amount of encouragement from my peers and others. When I started the semester, I was put into this group of people that I didn't know that were from different paths of life, and we all had the common goal of pursuing a project. And so at first it was a little uncomfortable, but then as the semester rolled, and I got to know different people within my group, it was really, really great. We connected on different things, we had different feedback because we all had different perspectives, and this picture depicts it so well. In order to make your project happen, you gotta keep climbing the steps, but you get helped along the way by this person, and you celebrate with this person, and you might discuss something else with that person, and that is a part of the journey that it's taught me to be open-minded and connect with new people. So outside of school and within my personal life, my work life, this idea has been received really well, and it's been supported. Diabetes impacts so many Canadians, and some of us connect so well to that, knowing somebody within our family or a friend circle, and it's been really incredible to receive positive feedback, also ideas, recommendations, suggestions from others. So the setback that gave me the biggest lesson thus far has been myself. A lot of this project is struggling internally with learning when to say yes, when to say no, when to go left, when to go right, and this picture describes it really well. You have to nurture your mind and let your mind literally grow and evolve to accepting the changes in the path of your project. And so I had so many highs and lows, from being really behind in my project because of just life and school, and highs of struggling and working through it and finding success. My first couple designs were a really big hurdle, but when they happened, it was worth it. It was worth the lack of budget that I had. It was worth the out-of-the-box ideas that I had to think up, learning skills myself, I wouldn't take it back, but that being said, I have learned so much from myself and my ability to be resilient and persevere. So I've learned a lot from end users. It's been fantastic, incredible. A lot of ideas that have been fed back to me were things that I had in mind at the beginning of my project, and they validate the need for it. And so to begin with, people want designs. This is almost like a lifestyle piece of clothing, and so there's not enough designs on the market that are accessible. And so, for example, here's some, and here are some. And so a big part of my project is to come up with more inclusive designs. I've had nurses that have requested holiday patches, like Christmas patches. A lot of the time these patches are on your arm so people can see them. And some people want neutral patches, but the ability to have options is something that I don't think a lot of companies already provide. Secondly, these aren't super accessible. For example, a lot of people are ordering them off Etsy and they're coming from abroad, and so I'd love to create a product that is accessible through either like a subscription service or on a very popular platform like Amazon, that it can be shipped to you really quickly, because this is something that you would need on a regular basis. And 3, affordability. A lot of these patches are really expensive, and so this is something that I'm trying to navigate as I go, to learn how to make this more accessible to various socioeconomic groups. So the title of this picture is called The Art of Self-Learning, and this is so true. I've learned a lot about myself, about the good and the bad. I've learned that I'm really, really creative. I've also learned that I'm lacking in areas like presenting. This presentation right now is really uncomfortable for me, and possibly the first video that I've taken of myself, but it's also really liberating, because once you do it, you get better. And so with that being said, I've also learned that I'm really gritty, and when I really want something, I will do it, and that has been a fantastic self-realization. So one advancement within my project, and one that I hope to bring into the industry, is more inclusivity. I'd like to come out with a line of skin tone patches to foster a sense of culture and really emphasize that, I'm a brand from Toronto, from a very diverse place, and everybody should have access to this. Everybody deals with this. This is not like one racial group that deals with it. I'd love to incorporate that into my project. So the next steps in my project is to just continue. I'm gonna continue on ZON100. I do have a bit more planning to do, more feedback from end users, and hopefully get into stage 3 with project execution. And I'm super stoked, excited, and cannot wait. So some strong pieces of advice I would give myself at the start of my project, knowing what I know now, is 1, trust the process. 2, feel all the feels. And 3, connect with end users as soon as you can, and to as many as you can. So to end this video, ZON100 has been a phenomenal course. For the first time in my academic career, I was able to apply myself to a project, connect with others outside my major, to work on something, and really learn more about myself that will help me in the long run of interpersonal and intrapersonal development. So thank you very much.